Every day I think that I will not ride for more than 4-5 hours. Every day I end up riding more than 6-7 hours. Yesterday I rode 11 hours, 11 and a half hours. We left at 6:30 in the evening and we reached here at Nathial around 6 or so. And while the roads are beautiful and there is scenic beauty on the roads and everything, for once I want to just sit somewhere, look at the mountains and chill, and during the daytime. For once I want to ride a little bit less and take some time off to enjoy the serenity and the beauty and the peace. And that's the plan today. Hopefully today we'll be able to meet that plan on day 4. Today we are at Nathial. We will be going to Sanghao. Sanghao is the base camp, or rather the gateway to Blue Mountain. There is a base camp of Blue Mountain as well. I hope to find a guide who can take us to the peak of the mountain. I hear that it's not very far. Sanghao to Blue Mountain is about 3 hours, and then it's a 1 hour trek, 1.5 hour trek is what I hear. We will find out, but I'm not going to trek today. I am going to go to Sanghao and then we're going to chill out the rest of the day. Tomorrow we will go to Blue Mountain. Tomorrow there isn't much of riding. We will walk mostly and enjoy the peaks, and then we'll see what happens. We are about 8 kilometers from the Mizoram petrol pump in Nathial. Okay, and this is a point of interest because exactly at 8.2 kilometers from Nathial, we are supposed to take a left turn into a small road which is probably built by BRO. Now, what happened in the morning is we took a right turn in that direction, and we went off 27 kilometers. And one of the big disadvantages of Google Maps is that it doesn't immediately tell you that I have taken the wrong path. It won't immediately tell you take a U-turn, take a U-turn, take a U-turn. So we went 27 kilometers in that direction, and then we realized that we are in the wrong road. So we took a U-turn, came back, and by that time Sud over there ran out of fuel, and then we had to go 10 kilometers into town to Mizoram petrol pump, and then we measured from there. So if you're coming to Mizoram, if you've come to Nathial, and if you plan to go to Blue Mountain, and if you are on road, then remember 8.2 kilometers from the Mizoram petrol pump towards Nathial, you have to take a left turn into this small road. Now this small road is very interesting. It's not a bad road, but it is the old Mizoram roads. It's going to be very, very curvy and interesting. Now I heard that the roads are not bad, but doesn't look like the information that we got was correct, because I can see that some of these roads are not really that good either. And if you look at Google Maps, it's telling us that we'll have to go up until Darzo about 20 kilometers or so per hour speed, which basically tells me that the roads are not very good here. So one thing to remember, if you're going to Blue Mountain, take the Darzo road. It's a good road, it's a scenic road. If you're on a motorcycle, you're going to enjoy it. If you're in a car, well, what can I say, I'm not entirely sure what kind of a person you are. If you have motion sickness, you will definitely vomit, because it's a very, very curvy road. Carry some medicines that can help you with that. not a lot of people come to Mizoram for motorcycle riding specifically. And people who do come to Mizoram for motorcycle riding also usually come till Aizawl, which is the main district in Mizoram. Aizawl is the business capital and the political capital of Mizoram, and it's a big city, and we did pass through it when we came here. So people only know Aizawl when they talk about Mizoram. If somebody says I went for a ride to Mizoram, usually it is Aizawl. I would like to think that we usually go off the beaten path. Okay, we don't. I am going to go and stay in Aizawl for a bit, and I am going to do all the touristy stuff that people usually do, and that's all good. But I also prefer riding to places where nobody goes, and that is why I never go to Leh Ladakh, because I think Leh Ladakh are very popular, and there's just too touristy, and tons of people who've gone there, and and I'm not saying that I will never go there. I'm not too excited to go there. Everybody's gone there, big deal, right? There's nothing to really explore. It's all pre-explored. There are tourist destinations and hotels and homestays and restaurants everywhere, and I had heard some time ago that earlier there used to be a stream from top of which you had to pass by. That's the only path to Ladakh, and there was a traffic jam on top of it. so it's that popular, and it's not that much fun. But when you come to Mizoram, or when you go to Arunachal Pradesh, or when you go to Sikkim, and when you go to places, Sikkim is also a little bit explored now. But come to Mizoram, look at this. This entire road, I have been driving and I see one car after half an hour or 45 minutes, or and there's nobody here, and these are local people. I have not seen a single motorcycle rider since I entered Mizoram. Nobody comes here for a ride. You may go to Aizawl, and that's all fine. But if you've not seen the rest of Mizoram, you've not seen Mizoram. So today we are going to a place called Sangao, like I said, and this is a place again that I don't think there's any motorcycle rider who's ever come here before. Now that's a very big declaration to make. Maybe some motorcycle riders have come here, but what I'm trying to say is very few, And if you look at this road, okay, it's a small road. It's a old Mizoram road. It's a nice road. There are few patches where it's a little bit of off-roading, like this one, for example, a very small one. There are bigger ones as well, but 95% of the road is beautiful, and it's like this: forests on both sides, mountains beyond the forests, and you just keep riding, and it's so beautiful. So once you have ridden in places like this, once you've ridden in Mizoram, or rather once you've ridden in places off the beaten path, you won't feel like riding in Hyderabad. And that's why my friends and motorcycle riders call me for rides in Hyderabad. They say, let's go here, let's go there, 100 kilometers here, 150 kilometers there. I don't feel like going there. It's once you've ridden in places like this is what fascinates you. This is where you keep you keep wanting to go. You don't feel like riding in Hyderabad, or I'm not saying riding on the highways are bad. I enjoy that as well, but not as much as I enjoy this. There was an incident some time ago that came in the newspapers, that there were two motorcycle riders in Manipur who were lynched and killed actually by the local people of Manipur, and that had created a lot of ruckus in the motorcycle community and in the newspapers and everywhere, right? And people started thinking that the people of Manipur are dangerous, they are tribal, they are this, that. So I have been to Manipur, I have been to Nagaland, I have been to Arunachal Pradesh, I have been to Meghalaya, I am in Mizoram now. And all these people definitely are tribal, there is no doubt about it. But tribal is not a bad word. Tribal is a good word. The people in the Northeast are usually reserved people. And what must have happened is, so it is a known fact that the boys who were there on motorcycles, they were meeting a lot of people and and talking to people and so on, and they were in their flashy motorcycles and gear and everything, and so the people of Northeast are a little reserved in their nature. They are introvert and not very outgoing, and especially the people of Mizoram and Manipur, they don't learn other languages like English and Hindi. And I have also heard people say that places like these people should learn Hindi because they are tourist locations. How will the tourists communicate with the local people if they don't know Hindi? And somehow they believe that Hindi is a national language for some reason, because of which everybody should know Hindi. Now, language is a great unifier, and there is no doubt about it, and that if everybody speaks the same language, it unifies the people, there is no doubt about it. Having said that, it is not necessary that everybody has to learn Hindi specifically, because Hindi is not first of all a national language, it's an official language. It is one of the many official languages that are there. And second is, the people who live in these places don't have the need to learn Hindi. It's the tourists who have the need to communicate with these people. So it is their responsibility really to adapt, rather than expecting the people here to adapt, first of all. Coming back to the point of being reserved, these people are very reserved people. They don't, like for example, I ride a very flashy motorcycle, BMW. It is big and it is flashy and it takes a lot of attention. Now, I have ridden to many places on this motorcycle, including Odisha and Assam and so on. And wherever I go, I hear a lot of questions about the bike. How much does it cost, or what is the mileage of the bike, and so on. It basically attracts a lot of attention. It's a flashy motorcycle. Now it attracts a lot of attention here as well. Okay. People will look at it twice, or they will come and take a look at what the hell this motorcycle is and all, but they don't talk to me. Okay, they don't ask me how much does it cost or whatever. They just don't talk to me. And the reason is they are reserved. Now, when you interact with these people initially, it feels like they have a lot of attitude or they are very arrogant, but that is not the case. These are very, very simple people who have very, very simple lives. Simple lives, but not easy lives. They live a very difficult life. If you look at the terrain here, I am in the mountains right now, I am riding uphill, and these people live in these mountains, and it's very cold, so they have to cut wood for heat, and they have to climb, and they have to go down, and they have to ascend, descend, all this, and it's a very, very difficult life. And living with nature so closely makes you aggressive by nature, alright? So there is no doubt that the tribal people of the Northeast, whether it is Mizoram or Manipur or Nagaland or Arunachal Pradesh, they are tribal and they are aggressive, okay? But they are not unnecessarily non-violent, okay? So these two people got lynched and killed because what they were doing is they were showing off their motorcycle, and they were over communicating with the people, and they were already a little bit uncomfortable. And then what happened is they found some children, and the children of the Northeast are the most beautiful children, the cutest children ever I have seen, and they must have started interacting with the children, so they gave them a few chocolates, and then they lifted them in their laps, and they tried to take photographs with the children and all that, which is basically ticked off the people of the village, right? They were already a little bit irritated because of all the communicating that they were trying to do, or all the flashy things that they were trying to show off, right? On top of that, when they started picking up the children on their laps, they got a little irritated and started beating the people, and then the lynching happened. One thing led to the other. So what I'm trying to say here is, when you come to the Northeast, be humble, be nice. Believe me that these people are the nicest people I have met in my life. Okay, they are simple people, honest people, hardworking people. You lose things here, you will find them again. Nobody will steal, nobody will take away your things, nobody is interested in your things, right? You can, with great confidence, leave your things on the motorcycle and go away to take a look at a waterfall or whatever, and when you come back, the things will be just where they are. You might lose something and people will come and give it back to you. They will make the effort to find you and give it back to you. So they're the nicest people I have ever met in my life, right? So be nice with them. When you come to the Northeast, be humble, be nice. They don't have all the things that you do. They haven't seen all the things that you have. But you haven't seen anything that they have either, right? Try to adapt to their behavior. Try to adjust. Ask whatever questions you need to ask, and answer what questions they ask, right? And don't interview them, or try to take photographs without. If you want to take a photograph, take a photograph of nature, of yourself. If you want to take their photograph, then be very humble and ask for permission. If they allow it, accept it. If they don't allow it, let them go. Be nice with them, be polite, and you will experience the best motorcycle ride or the best vacation that you have ever seen in your life. We started today thinking that we'll get to Sanghao in just 3.5 hours, at the most 4 hours. We started early. Actually, we started a little bit late, but we lost the way and we went in the wrong direction about 27 kilometers, and then we realized we are in the wrong route, and then we took a U-turn, came back all the way, went back into Nathial city for petrol, and then that's when we actually started our route. Beautiful roads, actually. We took the old Mizoram road, and it is absolutely beautiful. The roads are good. We finally reached here about 3:30 or 4 o'clock. Now the sun is setting, as you can see behind me. It's a beautiful scene. Rest of the day, I think we'll go to the market, get some groceries or whatever, have dinner, go to sleep. Tomorrow we'll go to Blue Mountain.